Hey guys, I was meaning to do another day in the life in NYU video this semester, but semester kind of got cut short because of the whole virus thing going around. A lot of people though have already left. Both of my roommates have left. I'm scheduled to leave on Wednesday and today is Sunday, so I have quite a bit of time on my hands to just pack and self-isolate, which is kind of just what I already do on a daily basis, so it's not that abnormal for me. And I think I've decided that I'm going to pack up everything so I don't have to come back and pick up the rest of my stuff if school decides to just close indefinitely. We're on spring break right now, so we haven't had to worry about classes because some kids are staying. They've left open 3 dining halls, Lipton, Kimmel, and a third one in Brooklyn I don't know the name of. I think my plan for today is to just finish editing my dress video and go to a dining hall. Honestly, just to have something to do, really. This stuff is really hitting me. It makes me sad that I won't be able to finish my first year of college properly. And I liked being in this dorm room, and I liked the routine, and I liked classes I was in. It's just kind of sad cutting that short. I kind of just want to take in the city before I go. The dorms right now basically look like a haunted hotel. Anybody I ever see in the elevator is either leaving or about to leave. And they've closed any public recreational areas, so basically everything looks like it's from The Walking Dead, or I guess the alive, not walking but staying inside. Once I got to the Lipton dining hall, I finally had some food that for once wasn't prepared in a microwave, and then I decided to take a little stroll through New York one last time before I went back. And I stumbled across Stonewall. I wore my rainbow sweater on the right day for this. Then I stumbled across an establishment that I could easily be the mascot of, and got myself a hefty scoop of Rocky Roadhouse. You're probably wondering how I'm going to get all this stuff out of my dorm room and back to LA in the course of a single flight. Well, I've devised a system. A very complicated, stupid system, but it's stupid enough to work for me. So I'm allowed 2 check-ins and 1 carry-on and 1 personal item on the flight. So I'm going to check my big pink suitcase along with a big box of my stuff. And then I'm going to take a second box and mail that. For my carry-on, I'm going to use my little pink suitcase and then put a backpack on top of that little pink suitcase so it counts as just 1 carry-on. And then I'm going to wear another backpack on my back, and that's going to be my personal item. And I'm just going to wear a purse and pretend that it's just a part of me and it can't be surgically removed. That's all I got for now. I'm not anticipating coming back because it seems like this is getting more serious the more it goes on. There's no harm in being a little stupid because we don't know what's going on and how to fix everything. So this is the best option I got. I need to go outside just to mail my first big box and then get another big box to put in my mattress pad. That's basically gonna be my day. We're all gonna survive. We just gotta stop panicking and stop hoarding toilet paper. I never mailed a package this big before. It's too heavy to carry, so I'm just gonna have to kick it, I guess. Let's go. Let's go to the post office. Okay, so I managed to get to the hallway kicking this thing before I ran out of breath, and so I ran back to my dorm room because I remembered that my roommate left their skateboard here. Sarah, I am so sorry. I'll get you Ben and Jerry's when we get back. And I had an idea for a quick fix. The skateboard method seemed to be working pretty well, although I did have trouble having to guide it out of certain areas because the center of gravity wasn't completely balanced, and so it kept wanting to run into the street. Oh no. Not to mention the fact that I was bending down pushing a package on a skateboard in a very short dress. Needless to say, I managed to flash half of Manhattan during this 5-minute walk to the post office. I may dress like a lady, but that doesn't mean I know how to sit like one. Finally, we made it to the post office. I felt like a genius patenting the certified skateboard technique, and then I stumbled upon this little roadblock. Luckily, a rare, nice New Yorker saw me shaking my Italian dinosaur claw in front of my iPhone and helped me lift the package up the stairs, where I kicked it through the line, only to be told it was too heavy to ship. Needless to say, I took a lift back to my dorm and reassessed my stupid plan. Before I pack it all up, I just wanted to show you guys my little room decor, because I was quite proud of it. I have my little cloud cloud lamp right here that I made myself. You don't even want to know how I got it up there. It even lights up and everything. Look at that! I think the ghost on this floor took a hold of the cloud lamp, and sometimes it just goes on and off randomly. Here we have my 12-year-old little girl bed. I made these little animal cookie pillows all by myself. And then I set up a nice little spread of paintings and playbills and other random thingamabobbers. Over the course of my time here at New York, I went to precisely 6 Broadway shows. I didn't go to Chicago or Mean Girls. I actually got these 2 playbills when I did Pop Rock Broadway. Thank you, Desi and Christina. You guys are awesome. I also have some of my personal favorite comics here. She-Hulk, my favorite superhero. I also have this treasure, which is an original invitation from the touring production of Cinderella, and it's autographed by the entire cast. I saw Fran Drescher when she was part of the production. She was really fun. I saw Evita, Oklahoma, Beetlejuice, Latin History for Morons, where I actually met John Leguizamo. That was great. I was super nervous. He was very sweet though. I won a lottery to see Come From Away, and I saw Waitress in my New York vlog. I have some paintings I've done here. I did this painting in a previous video you might have seen. I received this in the mail by Carlos after filming for summertime. Sweet memories. I painted this glorious scene of Lizzo in her Excuse Me music video. It's not quite done. I would call this one still a work in progress. I just wanted to capture what my dorm looked like for freshman year. I'm surprised how cutesy I made it. I think my subconscious is still trying to hold on to childhood no matter where it is. And then, faster than you can say I told you so, NYU sent an email saying that classes would be done for the rest of the semester via Zoom, and the dorms would be closed by the end of the week. And thus, all the students that had already left for spring break, like my roommates, had to hire hands, or I guess friends, who were also still in the dorm to pack up the rest of their stuff to be shipped. And from the pungent smell of weed on my floor, I could tell that some students were panicking as well. Last day in New York, I ordered a pizza to celebrate, or to at least alleviate all the stress that's happening. I guess you can say I have mixed feelings on how NYU handled all of this. Because first I was happy that they were keeping the dorms open because most international students don't have the luxury to just go back home. And then they decided to send an email saying that they're closing those dorms for the rest of the semester and that we have until March 22nd to get out, which is very short notice. And then to top that off, they sent another email saying that actually don't move out by the 22nd, move out by the 18th. I understand that things are very uncertain and chaotic right now, but these students are dealing with a lot and a longer notice would at least work. I am happy that I'm leaving when I'm leaving because today they brought out boxes and offered free shipping. So NYU is gonna ship all of our stuff if we box it and label it with our addresses. So that's the one upside to all this. Although I don't think any universities are really considering the fact that we are all from different time zones and we're all going back to different time zones. So let's say my 9 a.m. class in LA is going to be at 6:30, and I can only imagine what other more international students are gonna have to deal with. A student from Australia is 12 hours behind, and so they're gonna have to take their classes at 2:30 a.m. I feel like it's a lot to ask of a student to stay on top of their work in the midst of moving and figuring out where they're gonna live during this time. I feel very lucky that I'm able to go home, but some people aren't. I feel like the best way to get through all of this is to be patient and to be empathetic and understand what people need in order to get through this essentially waiting period, because my flight departs at 9 a.m. tomorrow, so I'm gonna try to go to sleep early and get there at 6 a.m. And so I awoke that next morning with my new stupid plan to only bring my suitcases, backpacks, and purse and leave the rest of the boxes there with shipping labels on them so they can be shipped to my home. I said a final goodbye to my freshman year dorm room and then bounded down the elevator into my lift where I left New York for who knows how long. Luckily, the sun was shining bright that morning after I successfully got through TSA. At the airport now, we're good 2 hours before my flight's supposed to be. Better than being late though, which happened to me the last time I was trying to get back to New York. I've never flown alone before. I'm not sure how it works. I went to open my purse and I just felt this like weird little poking, and It was this guy. He's my emotional support alebrije. His name is Spike. He's helping me get through all this. What might not seem like a shocker, but really was to me, was the fact that the airport was actually very, very, very empty. I spent those 2 hours waiting for my flight, just sketching and doodling with the assistance of Spike. The flight had at most 10 people on it. The pilot made a joke saying that this was going to be a private flight for us. Humor really does help in the darkest of times. As flights go, it was pretty standard. I saw the airplane version of Deadpool, which strangely cut out all the sex stuff, but kept all the graphic violence. America, you really need to sort out your priorities. In the span of an oh-so-brief 6 hours, I finally was able to make it to Los Angeles and proceeded to remember how gosh darn sunny everything is. Luckily, my mom picked me up, where I went home and immediately made Southern baked mac and cheese, flourless chocolate cake, and even started editing this video. I guess some stories do eventually get happy endings.